As we look ahead to the day when we can gather together again, we want to share with you a framework of how we intend to reopen the building. This subject has been the focus of much prayer as we seek God's will for the spiritual and physical care of His church. It is with both caution and optimism that the following practices be put in place for a period of time, with the understanding that if any new federal, state, or local ordinances are enacted, we may be required to adjust this plan. Starting on Sunday, May 24th, we will resume our regularly scheduled services, with Sunday morning services, Sunday evening services, Wednesday evening services, and Saturday morning prayer. As we reopen the building, for a period of time, there will be no youth services, children's ministries, or child care available as we work with department heads to put new procedures in place, noting that during this time frame, the mother's nursery will still be open for use as needed. To reopen in a manner that minimizes risk, we will take the following steps. Avoid all physical contact, except between immediate household members. In unity, we will not shake hands, bump elbows, hug, or lay hands on anyone outside of our immediate household. In terms of seating arrangements, we need your help to promote a safe distance between households, asking families to sit together, working to avoid sitting directly behind or in front of another family or individual. Utilizing the total capacity of our sanctuary and the balcony, there is enough room to practice social distance measures while seated in the pews. In terms of entryways and exits, greeters will hold the doors open for entry into the building without shaking hands, and similarly, at the end of service, doors will be propped open to avoid physical contact with door handles. In terms of offering, in addition to the online portal, we will provide a lockbox in the atrium for offerings to be deposited, because during this time frame we will not use the traditional offering baskets. While we greatly treasure the altar, we also understand that the effectiveness of our prayer and worship is not based on a location inside the building. If you choose to pray or worship at the altar, we ask that you maintain a safe distance from one another. In terms of personal protection equipment, masks and gloves can be used at your own personal discretion. If you desire to wear a mask or gloves, you will need to provide those for yourself, noting that the choice of whether or not to wear personal protection equipment is not a reflection of your spirituality. Each week, additional cleaning will be performed, sanitizing the tops of the pews, the door handles, and the bathrooms with disinfectant. As we go forward to reopen, if you're not feeling well, we encourage you strongly to stay home. As this virus often is misconstrued with other common ailments, we would prefer that you err on the side of caution. If you or someone you have regular contact with has tested positive, please voluntarily self-quarantine to avoid any unintentional transmission. At the end of the day, the choice to gather together for church services is yours to make. While we'll take the above steps to minimize risk, we cannot guarantee that there is no risk. And we understand that your faithfulness to the body of Christ compels you to want to be present when the doors are open, but if you are at risk, if you're concerned for your safety, or have any doubts whatsoever, we encourage you to continue to build an individual altar at your home and participate in the preaching online as we work to reopen. If you have any questions, concerns, or prayer requests, please don't hesitate to reach out to Pastor Schumacher at 262-909-9777 or Sister Schumacher at 262-909-0101. I want to thank you in advance for your cooperation as we make preparations for the reopening of Apostolic Faith Church.